Can I get a 1? Can I get a 5? Can I get a 4? Can I get a 3? Can I get a 2? Can I get a 1? What about you? What about me? What about us? Can we start living? What about you? What about me? What about us? Can we start living? What about you? What about me? What about us? Can we start living? What about you? What about me? What about us?
None of y'all can't even flex like this. Get a rest like this. We the best like this. Heat up the well like a guest like this. In a vest like this. With a mess like this. Why you gotta try and test like this? Don't less like this. Be fresh like this. Live your life. Get the best like this. Get rest like this. Get rest like this. Jason, Erica, Helen, Steph, Ermela, Candice, Liz, Dorizo, and Melissa. Chat, Dr. Stacey, and Jessica. Avery, Jessie, O to Olivia. Jason, Erica, Helen, Steph, Ermela, Candice, Liz, Dorizo, and Melissa. Chat, Dr. Stacey, and Jessica. Avery, Jessie, O to Olivia.
What about you? What about me? What about us? Can we start living? What about you? What about me? What about us? Can we start living? What about you? What about me? What about us? Can we start living? What about you? What about me? What about us?
Oh, hello. Oh, I'm going to have that song in my head all day now. Hi, everyone. My name is Mr. Jesse Skinner, and I am honored beyond description to be hosting today a third anniversary live show for BIPOC Executive Search. It's going to be a great show. We're going to chat with everyone on the team. We're going to ask some great questions. I'm going to move it so we can see my shirt better. There we go. Perfect. Again, my name is Mr. Jesse Skinner. I'm a technical writer and researcher here with BIPOC Executive Search. And to kick things off, before I bring in my guests and everyone, I'm going to begin with an acknowledgement of the land and its peoples. If you could just take a moment with me. Indigenous communities have always known that being in good relations with peoples, creatures, and the land is integral to well-being. In the spirit of living in kinship and community, land acknowledgements are not only a means of declaring sovereignty and treaty rights, but are also a way for all people to feel more connected to a place. BIPOC Executive Search was established in TK Aronto, a Mohawk word that translates to the place in the water where the trees are standing. It has been and continues to be the home of the Chippewa, the Wendat, the Haudenosaunee, the Anishinaabe, the Mississaugas of the Credit, and many other First Nations, Inuit, and Métis people. The area covered by Treaty 13 is signed with the Mississaugas of the Credit. For time immemorial, the lush waterways, rich soils, and purifying effects of the Great Lakes ecosystems have made it a place of abundance for food, medicines, knowledge, and cultural exchange, and commerce for Indigenous peoples. For those of us at the firm who are non-Indigenous, we will commit to honoring Indigenous ways of being and knowing by slowing down to examine our relationship to land, ecology, and ancestry. We will research and learn about the original caretakers of the lands we are occupying. We will reflect on when and how we arrived at this land. And finally, using the reconciliation plan detailed on our website, BIPOCexecutivesearch.com, we will actively work on moving from acknowledgement to long-term solidarity, kinship, and relationship building with Indigenous communities. Thank you for taking the time to listen to and absorb that acknowledgement on behalf of BIPOC Executive Search and myself. And with that, I think it is time if we could call in our first group of guests who are waiting. There they are. Lovely faces. Now I don't feel so alone. Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining me. I think we're good. I think we have everyone here. Thank you so much again for being with me. So for everyone who's not in the firm who's watching right now, what we're going to do is we're going to chat with everyone here. We're going to throw some questions. First, some either-or questions, just some kind of getting to know you questions for everyone in the firm, who's going to also provide an introduction for themselves. Briefly, if you could just tell us your name and what you do at the firm. One at a time, I'll call to you, and then I will follow with a surprise question that no one has heard yet. Why don't we start with, actually, this is a very particular order I've created this in, so I have to go with that because the questions kind of flow into each other a little bit in a way. So I'm going to start with Helen. Helen, could you introduce yourself and what you do with BIPOC Executive Search?
Yes, absolutely. Hello, everyone. It's Helen McConan. I use she, her pronouns. I'm a partner here at the firm. Back to you, Jesse.
Awesome. Thank you, Helen. And as you know, I'm going to throw a quick either or question to you. These will be fun. The key is just to respond to whatever comes to mind, whatever. There'll be temptation to think, I know, because they're kind of a little bit personalized and but also fun. But yeah, the key is to just go with it. So Helen, I'm going to give you a quick scenario. You're traveling to a brand new place that you've always wanted to see. Do you A, venture forth without a plan just to see what you can find, or B, follow a guidebook and make the most of your time?
A, all the way. Just discover. Just start walking around and discover.
Just go. Yeah. Has that been a thing that you've done before? Has that proven well in travels before?
On multiple occasions, yes.
Awesome. I'll go to Chad now. Chad, could you give us a quick introduction to who you are and what you do with us? And then I'm going to throw a question to you right after that.
Thanks so much, Jesse. Yeah, I'm Chad Stauber, he, him pronouns. I'm a senior technical writer and data analyst here at BIPOC Executive Search.
Thank you, Chad. I'm going to throw another scenario to you. You have just got a copy of a new book from your favorite author. Do you wait until it's like a stormy day to read it inside, like on a cozy chair? Or are you waiting for like a sunny, beautiful day to read it at the beach?
Can someone else answer this question, or no? Does it have to be Chad? Okay,
fine.
It's
personalized,
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't have time for that. I'd love to hear everyone's answer. What's your answer, Chad?
So I wait for a stormy day or a sunny day. I'll probably just read it immediately. So whether it's stormy or sunny, I'll start reading it right away.
Rain or shine.
Rain or shine.
Awesome. Thank you, Chad. Let's go to Urmila. Urmila, can you give us a quick intro?
Absolutely. Thanks so much, Jesse. My name is Urmila Mahabir Singh. I use she, her pronouns, and I'm a partner at the firm, creating synergy along with everyone else. And you're going to repeat one of those two questions for me, right?
Oh, no, I've got a fresh one for you. But they all flow together, you see.
Okay.
So you can, if it's possible maybe to predict the next question by a preceding question, maybe. Who knows? but I'll throw it to you. The question is, it's a day and you're going to the beach. It's like a summer day and you're on your way to the beach, but you haven't necessarily checked the weather yet. Are you in your mind, are you like, oh, I hope there's big waves. I hope it's like a wild, like rough seas and just jump right into it. Or are you hoping for total calm? Like I want like just no wind, just still waters.
So my name actually means wave. Urmi is short for wave. But I would hope that it's a bit of everything because I just think there's beauty in both of those elements. So I'm going rain or shine, waves or stillness.
Nice. I like how everyone's creating a middle ground.
I'm the only one who followed instructions. Here.
Well, the name of the game is spontaneity, and the name of the game is in this round at least is unpredictability. So the most unpredictable thing would be to choose a and B. With that, I'll go to Zoe, who's next. So Zoe, we're following. Oh, go. Well, your intro first, please. Yes. So please give us your intro.
Thanks, Jesse. My name is Zoe Van Dieckes. I use they, them pronouns. I'm a community relations specialist and researcher at the firm. Thanks for sharing space today, folks.
I'm going to follow the theme of calm versus wild. And I'm going to ask you, would you rather cook a calm, quiet meal for one person, or a wild party kind of meal for like 50 people?
Oh, that's actually really tough. Okay, not thinking about it, I want to say a wild, spontaneous meal for 50 people because I feel like I'd much rather try to do my best to nourish that many people versus just one. Also, I feel like it's more fun to try to impress more people than one at once, and it would be a challenge. So I'm going to go with the more difficult answer. Thanks, Jesse. That was a good one.
Thank you, Zoe. And on the topic of impressing people, we'll come up with the next question, but I'll go to Jason and get a quick introduction. Jason. And he needs no introduction, but we'll have to give us one anyway.
So yes, Jason Murray, he, him, his pronouns, founder, president, managing partner here at BIPOC Executive Search.
So thank you, Jason. And on the subject of impressing folks, in your scenario, you've been asked to give an address to 50 top executives. To get in the right headspace, are you more likely to meditate or to go for a long, tough run?
Ooh, I love that question. I thought you were going to ask me to sing happy birthday, but I guess that would be for another live. I would actually meditate. I'm someone who is active, but I do think before any sort of presentation, I do really just like to be with my thoughts and prepare to deliver something that I hope people get a lot out of. Yeah.
Yeah, feel free to sing us a few notes of happy birthday as well, please.
Happy birthday to you. Can I get a 5? Stacey Ann, that video is fire. Anyway, thanks everyone.
Thank you, Jason. To Olivia. Olivia, can you give us a quick intro?
Yes. I'm Olivia Shallow, she, her pronouns. I'm a project coordinator and researcher here at BIPOC Executive Search.
Great, thank you. And I'm going to ask you, I want to get this exactly the way I worded it. You run into a personal impasse, like an important decision. Are you most likely to consult a close friend or colleague or your tarot deck for advice?
Both. I probably look at my tarot cards before I talk to anybody just to get some perspective on that. And then I'll just be like, okay, let me talk to somebody else too.
I like that. I think that brings us to the end of our first round of questions. And as I warned everybody beforehand, for the end of this round, I was going to ask for someone to throw a question back at me. So if anyone has an either or question that they can come up with or have planned ahead of time, feel free to throw back at me. Yeah.
So Jesse, if you had to decide between writing a book of poetry or perhaps 3 short plays, what would you prefer to write?
Wow. I think at this point in my life, probably a stage play. Yeah, that's more my speed in this point in my life. I used to write poems a lot when I was young. But when I was trying to get into a band without being able to play an instrument, I would often try to sneak my way into like music groups in high school just by writing lyrics for people. But these days, yeah, I think the stage is where it's at for sure. Well, thank you for that, Jason. And with that fun round, we're going to jump into we're going to get into the deep end a bit here. We're going to get a bit of a deeper dive with our second question, which our panelists were given some warning about beforehand. So we're not putting anybody on the spot with this one, but we're going to ask, we're going to ask everyone again a question. It's going to be the same question in this round for everybody. And the question is going to be, as a reminder, kind of a 2-part thing. It's what are you most passionate about in your own life, your own personal life, and how have you been able to express that passion, that interest that really drives you on the inside? How have you been able to express that with your work at BIPOC Executive Search? And let's go back in order just to keep things clean. Helen, can you give us an answer to that question?
Yes, absolutely. And that's a phenomenal question. And I'm really looking forward to hear what my colleagues have to say as well. But respect to passion, I think at the core for me is to serve or help others. And I think that has taken a number of evolutions over the course of the years, course of relationship building, et cetera. And I think I've hit the jackpot in terms of expressing that at work, not only as being a part of this phenomenal organization, but also in the larger global cohort of executive search consultants, to be able to really help people guide decisions and make an impact in supporting what may be next into the future. So I know we're kind of short on time, but I thought that was that's my answer, and it aligns with my values. So I'll add that element as well of integrity and family and authenticity. So I'll pause there.
That's wonderful. Thank you, Helen. That is certainly what we do. We help here at the firm. We help others, and it's so wonderful that your passion there aligns with all our values and our mission. And with that, let's go to Chad. Chad, can you give us an answer?
Thanks, Jesse, for sure. I guess when I got this question, of course, the first thing I did is I thought about the word passion, which at its core means something like suffering, something that you basically submit to. And I feel like the one thing that I've suffered my whole life, but in a sort of positive way, as far as moving forward, is for stories, for words, for literature, for which I think all comes down to trying to understand other people, and through reading, also understanding myself. And I've spent my whole life trying to read stories, read narratives, and at the firm here, being senior technical writer, I get to in a company with a really fantastic mandate, try to express the words of my colleagues, my own words, put things onto paper for our clients, for ourselves, and do my best to continue playing with that part of myself. So yeah, I would say that it's words and narratives and stories, and trying to help everyone out.
Wonderful. Thank you, Chad, and thank you for that personal and very personal interpretation of that question. I love that. Yeah, we may have another guest joining us momentarily, but in the meantime, let's go to Zoe, and I'm going to rephrase the question just for anyone who may have joined us. We're asking our panelists, our colleagues at the firm, what they are most passionate about in their personal life and their personal pursuits, and how they've been able to realize that passion through their work at BlackBuck Executive Search. So I'm looking forward to hearing from you.
Yeah, that's a great question. I do quite a bit of work, and passion lies heavily within relationship building, grassroots organizing, partnering in community. We have a variety of processes here, one being our honorarium process. That's something that we're able to liaison in community with folks, with a variety of nonprofits, with a variety of nonprofits and charities, and other community engagement efforts. And that's something that brings me a lot of gratitude, because our work is quite expansive and multidisciplinary in a variety of ways. But being able to work alongside community and bring folks in, and in the ways that they specialize in the ways that they show up in, and meeting in the middle is something that is really lovely to engage with at the firm. So that's some of the ways that I mesh what I love to do, both outside the firm, inside the firm. Thanks, Jesse.
Thank you so much, Zoe. I love these answers. I love how from the heart they are, and how they speak to ourselves and what we do. From here, let's go to Jason. Jason, what do you love? And I feel like you express it every day, really, through your position at the firm. But I'm looking forward to hearing your answer here.
Yes. Well, I love surprises, and I hear that there's another person on our team that's going to be coming in now just to say hello quick. Is that correct?
I believe so. Yeah.
Maybe we can have them come in and do so.
Jessica, welcome, Jessica.
Hello. I'm so sorry. I can only be here for a moment, but I did want to say hello. Happy birthday. Thank you so much for the opportunity to be part of the party.
So, Jesse, do you mind if I throw that same question to Jess then before she actually signs off? Is that okay?
Yeah, that would be wonderful. Thank you so much.
Yeah. So I think, Jess, you're here to answer, what's your passion in life or in general, and how do you get to express that here?
Yeah, for sure. So I was thinking about this in terms of storytelling and knowledge sharing. So I think my biggest passion in life is learning about people's journeys, and then also sharing my journey. And I get to do that every day when I speak to clients and I learn about the story of their organization, or when I speak to candidates and I learn the story of how they were brought to the work that they are in, and how we might be able to make those things work together. And then, of course, sharing my own experience, lived and personal, professional, it all kind of mixes in. So those are some of the ways that I get to express my passion. And I have to skedaddle and get back to those clients right now. But thank you so much for this opportunity.
Thank you for joining us, Jessica. Have a lovely day.
Bye, Jess.
Surprise guests. That's where it's at.
Love.
Okay, well, I guess to answer the question, what am I passionate about? How did I get to do it here? I often will say to our colleagues here or people that I'm speaking to that I'm very much, and this is an acronym, either a tech person, TECH, which I say stands for technology, education, creativity, and then human and humanity, or we're an ICE company in terms of I being for innovation, C being for creativity, and E being for education. And I try to infuse that into my life overall because I'm passionate about innovation, I'm passionate about creativity, and I'm passionate about education. The creativity piece is also being passionate about problem solving. I think in being creative, it's obviously culture and things of that nature, but it's also problem solving. And there are some real pressing problems in the world, and there have been problems in the world. And I do think that it's important for people to think creatively about how we solve that. We have to think about innovation in terms of how we solve that. We have to think about education. So we get to do that here. We get to be innovative. I think people see that all the time. I mean, hey, we create music videos and we try to open up hearts and minds in any way we can. We get to be creative and we get to provide all sorts of education in different ways, shapes, and forms. So thanks, Jesse.
Thank you, Jason. Yes, deeply innovative in the way that we try to help others and the way that we carry out our work. That's absolutely true. And with that, let's go to Olivia. Olivia, can you tell us what you love and how you're able to share that with your work?
Yes, I would say that I love learning for the sake of learning. I try and take something from every experience that I have in life here. So I love that we're startups so that we can explore all these roles, all these possibilities. That Jason is so creative, so he'll always be just like, let's try something, just do it and see if it works. I love our lunch and learns. I love getting to share, like just have talks with my colleagues and like learn things from them or have them ask me questions about like finances or random things. And I am a collector of random facts as well. One day we will do like a quiz night and you all see, but essentially I love learning and I love that I get to do that here.
Wonderful. Ermi, I've totally forgot. I didn't throw to you yet for this question, have I?
That's quite all right, Jesse. Thank you so much. I've just been loving listening to my colleagues. Music is something that has always moved me. And when I technically think of why, I link that to my need to having my, as I've said before, my head, my hands, and my heart just be in synergy. And I feel like it's the harmony behind the music that's really moving to me. And so I liken that to the work that I get to do here, and being able to serve and just create a more harmonious planet, exploring with music, the journey, it can go anywhere and everywhere, and just seeing people's eyes light up when they're able to discover and be the best they can be, and seeing clients benefit from that as well. So I'll pause there.
I'm going to jump in again, Jesse, and just say we're celebrating something else today because Irmela is one of the top 50 women leaders of Toronto for 2023 as per Women We Admire magazine. So congrats, Irmi.
Thank you, Jason. And I'm just delighted to have this firm as a platform, as we all are, to be able to just come into our own and help others to come into their own. So grateful and humbled to be amongst each of you and all of you and everybody who will work here someday.
Wonderful. All right, we're going to take a short break, and then we will be back with our group 2. Thank you, everyone, for participating in this round, and please enjoy the rest of the show.
Hi, team. Thank
welcome back. Yeah, as you saw in that clip there, please check out our podcasts. Everyone in the firm put so much work and so much great creativity into these podcasts. Check them out on Apple and Google and Spotify. And yeah, I remember the podcast project was one of the first that I ever did for the firm way back about 18, 19 months ago. It was the first big internal project that I did. I remember for BIPOC Executive Search, and it was just a wonderful opportunity to express myself immediately and to work with directly with Stacey Ann, our wonderful social media guru, and who's been putting all these live shows together and putting all these clips together for us. Can't thank you, Stacey Ann, enough for that. And with that, we're going to bring in our second group, Group 2. Can you find your way into the live room and join me, please? Hello, Lori, Melissa, Steph, Avery, and Candace, and Stacey Ann herself. Hello, everyone. Welcome. I hope you've been enjoying the show so far. You've had an opportunity to kind of see how it's going to go and have an idea of what to expect. But for everyone who's just joining us, we're going to throw some questions, some fun either-or questions to the team to help give every one of my colleagues here an introduction. And then from that, we're going to dive a little deeper to a question that's a little more personal, but also ties into the work that we all do here. And with that, I am going to ask Stacey Ann, who is first on my list, but also first in my screen in the corner there, to give us a quick introduction and then I will throw you a question.
Sure. Hi, everyone. My name is Stacey Ann Buchanan, and I am the Director of Marketing and Content here at BIPOC Executive Search.
Thank you, Stacey Ann, and thank you again for helping us put all this together. This is such a wonderful celebration of what we do, and we couldn't have done it without yourself and the creativity that you show every day. And with that, I'm going to throw you kind of a writing creativity-based question, because I know you excel at that. And I want to ask, the scenario is you want to get into like a writing mindset, and you want to get into like a writing deep dive. Are you more likely to go longhand, short notes, like by hand, or are you more likely to type it out?
Oh, that is easy. By note, write it out. 100%. I always have a notebook with me, and yeah, I always have a notebook and a pen. So write it out.
That's how you kind of keep your ideas. You keep them kind of noted.
Yes, I have multiple journals for everything. You've got the inspirational journal, the motivation one, the to-do list. It's all over. I love it. Thanks, Jesse.
Thank you so much, Stacey Ann. And with that, can I throw it to Avery? Avery, can you give us a quick intro before I pass you your either-or question?
Yeah, what's going on, everybody? My name is Avery Jackman. I use they, he pronouns, and I am the influencer marketing specialist here at BIPOC Executive Search. Lovely to be here.
Lovely to have you, Avery. And I'm going to throw you a question, a music-based question.
Ooh.
And I feel like this is either going to be really tough or really easy. I'm not sure. But what type of music you only get two options, unfortunately. But what type of music genre would you most likely to see make a huge comeback? Would you say disco or techno?
Disco. I feel like disco is kind of making a move back with lots of art. I mean, like, I feel like Dua Lipa really made that jump recently with her most recent album. I feel like we're starting to get back into like that groovy side of music. So, and I love disco. So I would love to see some, new versions of some Donna Summer. I mean, Beyonce's Renaissance is a fully, disco pop album. So we're making moves, and I'm happy to see it. I'm happy to see we love disco over here.
Awesome. Thank you, Avery. And I'm going to give another music-related question, but I'm going to ask Melissa to give us a quick intro first. Melissa, can you share with us who you are and what you do?
Yeah, I love the music question. I think I was still kind of caught up in that one. Disco techno, do I have to choose? No. I'm Melissa Sumnath. I have pronouns she, her, and L. I identify as Indo-Guyanese Canadian and am the great-granddaughter of Budni Kalu. I'm also a partner here at the firm.
Thank you, Melissa. And my question to you is, this is kind of specific because I know you are a bit of an expert in a certain area of music.
Ooh.
I want to ask, again, there's only two options here, but what is, in your mind, the more iconic house pop crossover jam of the late 80s, early 90s? Is it Pump Up the Jam, or is it Gonna Make You Sweat by CNC Music Factory?
Wow. Well, both bring me back to middle school, which is aging me a bit, but I'm okay with that because of the number of years I've gotten to walk this earth. But I would have to say Pump Up the Jam.
Nice. Great choice. That was my choice too, secretly, yeah. Okay, Candace, I'm gonna continue these music questions just because that's the state of mind we're in now. But Candace, can you give us a quick intro? Tell us who you are, what you do, and then I'll throw an either or question your way.
Sure. I wasn't sure what you were going to ask me, Jesse, so I'm intrigued. I'm Candace Frederick. I use she, her pronouns, based in Toronto, and I'm a partner at BIPOC Executive Search.
Thank you so much, Candace. This is a question that's important to me, and actually, I wonder this sometimes, and I'll ask your personal opinion on it. Is it better to dance like no one's watching, or to dance like the whole world is watching?
That's a very interesting question. I would say dance like everyone's watching. I think that's a lot more fun.
I agree. Good. I'll take that to heart. And Lori, we're gonna get a little bit away from music-related questions and ask another kind of question. But can you give us a quick intro? Tell us who you are and what you do.
Thanks, Jesse. Oh, I was looking forward to a music question, but I'm looking forward to any question you bring up. I like the ones from the first segment too, and the engagement with it. So I love it. So I'm Lori Toulouse, she, her pronouns, and I'm the head of research and a consultant here at BIPOC Executive Search.
Great. Thank you, Lori. And I'm going to ask you kind of like a self-care, wellness-related kind of question. That's also important to me. On your scenario, it's like the hottest day of the year. So and you're kind of caught out there. It's the hottest day of the year and you're out there running around. To kind of remedy this, do you grab a cold drink? Actually, there's three options here. Since we're getting to the end of this round, I'm going to throw a few more options in. Do you prefer to grab a cold drink, get into the shade as quickly as possible and stay there? Or what is my third option? Or jump into the water, beach or pool? Either or.
That one's a hard one. Because do I have an exact answer? Maybe at the beach where there's shade. So a little bit of a combination. It's naturally going to be warmer or cooler with the trees and with the water. So somewhere in between those two.
Sweet. Thank you, Lori. And let's go to Steph. Steph, this is the end of this round and the end of our fun either or questions for the team today. But I'll throw to you first and ask for a quick intro to who you are and what you do.
Thanks, Jesse. Best for last, right?
Mm-hmm.
Just kidding, friends. Hi, I'm Stephanie Lash. I go by with she, her pronouns, and I am the head of delivery and design and project manager at BIPOC Executive Search.
Wonderful. Thank you, Steph. I'm going to ask you a question that's kind of related to the fact that we're at the end of our either or question round in total for the anniversary. And I want to ask you, how would you, or how should we maybe toast to this anniversary of BIPOC Executive Search? Would you say a glass of wine, a cold lemonade, or a strawberry smoothie?
I love this question. I'm so glad that you asked me this question. At first, I was a little salty that you did ask me a music-related question, but I think my colleagues, if we're going to keep this a little PG, let's go for the smoothies, guys. But knowing my colleagues, we're going to probably celebrate with that nice glass of wine.
Mm-hmm. Wonderful. Thank you so much. And yeah, I'm going to have to go with the smoothie. myself, but I will grab one when all this is over and I'm done sweating. Okay, with that, we're going to throw quickly back to Stacey Ann, who has a surprise for us. Do you not, Stacey Ann?
Me come off mute. Yes, I do. But first, Jesse, do you want someone to throw you a question?
Oh yeah, we can throw another one my way. Yeah,
Melissa. I've only told Melissa.
we can throw another one my way. Sure, yeah.
If you had to put together a podcast or a radio show, because of course you've got such a great voice for it as well, what would the topic be? Would it be on 1970s, let's say disco, or would it be on 80s punk rock?
Oh, definitely. That's 70s disco for me. Yeah. You might actually see a Earth, Wind, and Fire record on my wall back there hanging.
Love it.
Over my corner of my shoulder, like an angel of shoulder there. I'm not turning right, but yeah, 70s disco for sure. I'm big into that right now. I'm a big record collector, and there's nothing that sounds better than that era on vinyl. The production was unbelievable. Unbelievable. I just wish there was a little more like history of performing, like performance in terms of live disco of that era, because it's very studio based kind of genre. But yeah, it's my favorite for sure. Thank you, Melissa. That was great. All right, now back to you, Stacey Ann.
Okay, so team, I have a surprise for you. I hope Group 1 is watching as well. So here we go.
Congratulations to the best team for completing another trip around the sun together. It's hard to believe that the firm is turning 3 already. Each and every single one of you, whether you've been here from day 1, the afternoon of day 1, or joined us last year, you've all been a vital part of the team and contributed to the success of the firm. I can't wait to see what's in store for us this coming year. Happy birthday to us!
Oh, I'm trying not to get emotional. That was so sweet. I didn't even know that was coming. Even me, the host. Oh boy. Thank you so much for sharing with Stacey Ann and Erica. We miss you. But thank you for that lovely message. And yeah, let's keep this train going along. Let's jump into our deep end question for this round. Let's go to, well, I'll reintroduce it for anyone who might be joining us. We're going to ask our panel, my colleagues one at a time, what they are most passionate about in their life, and further to that, how they've been able to express that passion through their work at BIPOC Executive Search. And with that, Stacey Ann, can you give us an answer?
Sure. I am very passionate about storytelling. I'm very passionate about hearing other stories, knowing more about people's lives. And as a director of marketing, I'm able to bring this into my work because I like to view marketing as storytelling, simply just storytelling, and us sharing our stories from the firm, like who we are, and bringing that into our community and for our community. So that is my answer. And I get to do this every day, and I'm very honored and so grateful. So yeah, thanks, Jesse.
Wonderful. Thank you, Stacey Ann. And we're so grateful to have you with us on our team and here today. Someone asked in the chat, how old is BIPOC Executive Search today? We are 3 years old. That's what we're celebrating today. 3-year anniversary. And with that, let's go to Avery. Avery, what are you most passionate about, and how are you able to express that with us at BIPOC Executive Search?
Yeah, that's an awesome question, Jesse. I really appreciate it. Since I've been a young kid, I've been really passionate about performing. I loved, being in front of people. I love putting on shows, whether that's like, on stage or behind the stage. I've been performing for as long as I can remember, and never would I think those two worlds would collide with being in recruitment and also being an artist and a creative. So while being here, I've had the opportunity to do so much on-camera work, behind the camera work, being able to collab with Stacey and all my colleagues with for example, doing stuff like the lives, or being able to record our podcast. I was able to do on-camera work, script writing, a little bit of direction as well. So I've been able to use all the skills that I've been blessed with, while also being able to, make the world a better place. So I'm just so grateful to be a part of this team.
Lovely. Thank you so much, Avery. And thank you again for always sharing your the progress in your own work with us all the time. I really do appreciate that. And with that, let's go to, just keeping myself in order here. Melissa, can you share with us what you are most passionate about and how you're able to express that at the front?
Yeah, for sure. I'm a bit emotional from that video. Stacey Ann, so sneaky. We had no idea that Erica was going to pop in with that message. So feeling really grateful about that. Passion. So I joined this firm kind of earlier on in the pandemic. And it was a real time where, had to anchor those values. Got really clear on, when I come alive of being a lover of levity and learning. And the fact that we get to do that here is really special. I feel very aligned in terms of that. So we have these lunch and learns. Earlier on when I started, we had this series of Prez in residence times. And so, I think that my thinking has become more expansive here, that we get to learn from each other as well as being able to support folks has been really special here. Thanks so much for that question. Jesse, back over to you.
Thank you, Melissa, for that wonderful and thoughtful answer. Candace, can you tell us what it is that you love and how you're able to express it with us?
Yeah, thanks so much, Jesse. I love this question. Like, I love the surprise. I like all the pieces around like learning about each other. I think if I had to reduce it, and I was having trouble boiling it down to just one thing, but it's a combination of wellness and good design are the things that like I love so much, and that have followed me through my career, and include the work that I do here. And I love that, as people on the client side, we get to be in charge of creating a well-designed process, where we are looking out for people, we are looking out for organizations, we are focused on psychological safety, but we're also, always mindful of how we're also functioning as a team, in that. So that collective piece and all the pieces we've been doing around like Indigenous sovereignty work and the intention that we're moving through that. And connected to that, which I think is a piece maybe we don't talk about in terms of wellness, is just style and swag. And I think that that is an important piece. Fun is an important piece of wellness. And we have that in abundance here with the songs that we, like even the intro. I think the encouragement to go on vacations, you can tell by my background that I'm into vacations. So all of those pieces together, I think that creates overall good process, because I think at the heart of good process, it means that people have to be taking care of each other and they have to be taking care of themselves. So that's my answer, Jesse.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Candace. And yes, wellness is the key to that. Lori, can you share with us next what you're most passionate about and how you're able to express that with BIPOC Executive Search?
Thanks so much, Jesse. And thank you, Stacey Ann, for sharing that surprise video of Erica. It was so nice that she was able to take some time to jump in here with us. It's always exciting to spend this time with all my coworkers, teammates. I love what you just said about style and swag, Candace, and what everyone brings and learning those pieces. So for me, Jesse, to your question about my passion, I feel like, yes, for me too, it was a hard one to pinpoint one specific thing, because I think part of how we've sort of all grown as individuals too, it's a combination of tools and pieces of who we are, and we evolve. But I'll say for this, more of like a holistic sort of lifestyle, definitely always on this continual journey of learning. and embracing that and teaching that through so many aspects. And I think of even just holistically with food, for instance, growing a garden, teaching my children how to grow and enjoy that food and how it tastes different. And then combining that with colleagues who have passions in those spaces too. I'll shout out Zoe with talking about pieces from how they grow in their families' farms and things like that. I also want to think about other teammates. I want to shout out TAC as well for that holistic lifestyle of menstrual health, right? And really embracing that. So I've learned so many pieces from every individual here. And I think that's how I was able to sort of embrace what I'm interested in and the opportunity to teach what I know. So I really enjoy that piece through so much of the work that we do, including, speaking with clients and candidates and sharing that same alignment and passions. So that's some of it, a bit about me. Thanks, Jessie.
You're muted, Jessie.
Got caught in that again. I promised myself I wouldn't. But before I throw to Steph, just to close us off, I'm going to just give a quick shout out again to Erica, who will be back with us in 2024. Erica Ng, our VP of Ops, is on maternity leave right now. We all miss her very much. And it was lovely to see her. Steph, last but certainly never least, Steph, can you share with us what you're most passionate about and how you're able to express that here?
Yes, of course. For me, I don't know if I would call this a passion per se, but I do love trying different things and I love exploring different areas. So a lot of people might not know this about my background, but even, prior to joining BIPOC Executive Search, prior to being like this biz kid, I was actually really interested in joining like life sciences. I literally took every course that I could under the sun. So yeah, I try to touch on everything. So if you want to talk about those pieces, I'm happy to talk about those pieces. Things led down, the path of my life. Ultimately, I ended up where I did, which is right here with my colleagues, and not a single moment of regret, because coming here and because I joined at such an early stage in BIPOC Executive Searches, in the early stages of its life, let's just say that much. So I joined 2 months after the search firm launched. I had my foot in every door. So if you want to talk about accounting with me, I had my foot in that door at some point. You want to talk about marketing, I've had my foot there. Graphic designing, proposals, yep, Stephanie was there at one point. So I really do have to thank the firm for allowing me to, not look at my career as one path, but kind of allowing me to explore so many different areas in which, some things I might not touch upon anymore. Let's just leave that stuff to Chad, for example. But, it was a great opportunity. And, I was able to find out what I really enjoyed, what I really did not enjoy. And that's not something that a lot of firms, even a lot of organizations, allow their, employees to do. So yeah, that's what I would have to say.
Thank you so much, Steph. And we, with that, are almost out of time. I'll throw back to you, Stacey Ann, to give a couple more shout outs, and thank you again.
Yeah, I want to throw the question to you, Jessie, that you've actually.
Real quick while you're asking me.
Yeah, like the question I want to throw. Are we going to sing? Do we need to bring Jason in here to sing? Jason, do you want to come on in and sing?
It's not cake. It's marble rye toast, but that's what I had.
Happy 3rd birthday to us. Oh my goodness.
Here we go.
I love that, Jessie.
Back to you, Stacey Ann.
Jessie, I wanted to know what your passions are and how you're able to tie here into the firm. I want to throw that question to you.
Sure, yeah.
I haven't threw it to you yet. Yes.
Sure, yeah. I'd say my big passion in life is art, I would say, particularly film and music, which I've spent my life studying and educating myself in. And it's both of those forms of art have been, for me, the best possible way to really escape the kind of sheltered and privileged life that I grew up in, both literally and figuratively. And experiencing the art of other cultures, particularly in music and cinematic form, has been the best way for me, at least until I came to the big city and got a bit older. The best way for me to learn about how other cultures represent themselves, how they see themselves, how they like to express themselves, folks from other cultures, other backgrounds, and their nations. And I try to take the lessons I've learned from art, which can be a bit abstract and obtuse sometimes, and make them practical and make them like livable values with my work here, if that makes sense. That's me.
I love that. I want to take over your hosting duties, but I want to let our community know that you can always connect with us on our socials. We are on everything, right? AJ, we are everywhere. We are TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn. Am I missing anything? But here you go. You can connect with us at all these places. Connect with us, and we love our community, and we love to get to know more about you. Yeah, and I'm going to throw it back over to you, Jesse, to wrap us in. Oh, do we want to read some questions that we've been getting, some comments that have been coming in? Do you want to see some comments? Okay, let's okay, we have a lot of happy birthdays that's coming in. Melissa, you're really good at reading the name and everything. Melissa, you're good at this. Can I throw it over to you, Melissa, as I throw up these comments?
Of course, Liz Leckie, our awesome colleague, says, I'll be watching for the Jesse Skinner stage play on Off-Broadway. Then we have from Paris, happy birthday. How old does BIPOC Executive Search become today? Of course, we are 3 today. Thank you so much, Paris, for the question. And then from Devin Sharma, I hope I'm pronouncing your name correctly, Devin. Devin says, happy birthday. Love the questions and answers. And then from Asik Kumar, again, Asik Kumar, I hope I'm pronouncing your name correctly, says, happy birthday with a smiley face. I can see an amazing diversity. Beautiful. And then doing one of these to us in an emoji. Any others coming up, CCN?
There's more, but a lot of them is saying happy birthday. And yeah, so
nice. Back over to you.
Okay, back over to you, Jesse. I'm going to try and remove the comment. So yeah, back over to you, Jesse.
All right. I guess it's back to me. Thanks, everyone. This has been a wonderful conversation. I loved hearing all the answers from everyone. Thank you all for being so thoughtful in your answers while being respectful of our time. I appreciate that very much. It's just one of those things where, yeah, I want to ask so many more questions and dive deeper into your answers. But unfortunately, we are winding down. Thank you, everyone, for watching and being with us. Again, this has been the 3rd anniversary celebration of BIPOC Executive Search. Can we give it maybe a little screen dancing? A little bit? Everybody, a little bit? Yeah. Thank you so much. That's great. And thank you, everyone who's backstage, who was with us at the beginning. It's been just a lovely, lovely time. I think that's it for me. Am I forgetting anything, Stacey Ann? No, she says I'm not. So I think that's it for me. Please, follow us on social media. Check us out at BIPOCExecutiveSearch.com. Let us know all your thoughts and comments on what we do, and have a wonderful day.